The 9th of November 1989, the fall of the Berlin Wall. In the evening of November 9, 1989, hammers of thousands of people chipped away Berlin Wall that divided the city for 28 years. 35 years have passed today. This historic event is one of the great triumphs of unity over division. Why was the wall built? After World War II, Germany was split into two parts: West Germany, controlled by democratic countries like the USA and UK, and East Germany, controlled by the Soviet Union, which had a communist government. Berlin, the capital city, was also divided into two, West Berlin and East Berlin. Life in West Berlin was free and modern, while in East Berlin, people had fewer freedoms and strict government control. In 1961, the East German government built a huge wall through the city to stop people from escaping to the west. The Berlin Wall wasn't just made of concrete, it was made of fear. Life with the Berlin Wall. The Berlin Wall wasn't just a barrier of stone, it was a barrier of hearts. Families and friends were separated, and many people were trapped on the east side. It stretched over 140 kilometers and was guarded heavily with barbed wire, guard towers, and soldiers. People tried to escape East Berlin in creative and dangerous ways, digging tunnels, hiding in cars, and even flying in homemade hot air balloons. But it was risky, and many were caught or injured. Fall of the Berlin Wall. By the late 1980s, things were changing. People in East Germany were fed up and wanted freedom. Protests broke out, and thousands of people demanded the right to travel and live freely. The government was overwhelmed by the growing pressure. On November 9, 1989, a government spokesperson accidentally announced that people could now cross the border freely, effective immediately. This was a huge mistake, they weren't supposed to say that yet. But the news spread like wildfire. Thousands of East Berliners rushed to the wall. The guards, unsure what to do, eventually opened the gates. People climbed over, danced, and even started breaking pieces of the wall. It was a moment of pure joy and celebration, as the wall that had divided families for 28 years was finally falling. The world celebrates. The fall of the Berlin Wall wasn't just a victory for Berliners, it was a victory for freedom everywhere. The whole world watched on TV as people celebrated, crying tears of happiness. It marked the end of the Cold War and the beginning of a new, united Germany. Why it matters today. It's a powerful story about how people can make a difference, no matter how tough the situation is. It teaches us the importance of standing up for what's right, fighting for freedom, and believing that change is possible, even when it seems impossible.